our comandante, Fidel Castro Ruz. We got Hugo Chavez, Evo Morales. We got Brazil, Ecuador, you name it. We have nine left of center governments in Latin America right now. And they know something that one young Argentine called Che Guevara said. It was called the domino theory. And he knew that every single country would go revolutionary, one after the other, after the other, after the other. So what do they fear? They know that every single country, they know that we no longer will fall to these lies called borders. We know that a Salvadoran and a Guatemalan and a Nicaraguense and a Mexicano, there's no damn difference. We are all one people. So with that in mind, we see ourselves, all of us here, as the northern front of a Latin American revolutionary movement. More than 40 million of our people north of the Rio Grande. That means to them there's 40 million potential revolutionaries north of the border, inside the belly of the beast. So when you think about why do they want to kick us, of all people, out, that's why. Because they know that we now know the truth. They know that now we are raza, we're professionals, we're educators, we are revolutionary students. What does that mean? We are not just a regular culture anymore. We're a culture of revolutionary spirit. And that's the fear. So with that being said, I want to leave you with this. As a revolutionary, and with revolutionary context, let's be clear about one thing. Our enemy is not the Minutemen. Quote me. Our enemy is not the Minutemen. Because the Minutemen are not the ones who have killed over 4,600 people at those borders. Our enemy is the same enemy as Hugo Chavez. That Hugo Chavez has. Our enemy is the same enemy that keeps Africa poor. Our enemy is the same enemy that keeps Asia poor. Our enemy is capitalism and imperialism. Okay? And I'll finish with this to respect the time. If we are serious about making change, if you are serious about making change, let me tell you, the struggle will go on for many more years after we leave UCLA. Reading a book or writing a book or teaching a class, that is not part of the movement. What you do 24 hours a day as a professional revolutionary, that is what is going to lead our people and all people to liberation.
Okay, Viva La Raza. Again, he's saying these frail white people, don't worry about them. It's the system. It's the Border Patrol. And in the new Machete film, they go to the Border Patrol, Hispanic members, and get them to then go preach, we didn't cross the border crossed us, with machetes. Think about it. Hispanic Americans in San Francisco who had American flag shirts were kicked out of school. There's a new video where a girl in California drew a picture of an American flag and was told that was bad by her teacher. This is the mindset. And then we've got new video of people driving with an American flag on their car and the illegals running up and pulling it down. Just the sight of the flag, because this is Mexico. Not Spain, not France, not all the other countries that had part of the Southwest. Mexico was just one country that had a claim on it. No, it belongs to Mexico. And how many clips could I play where the pilgrims need to go home and all this? But this is being done to create division. Robert Rodriguez is being used with his film. Already have violence breaking out, and we're going to see what happens in September.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
In March, Alex Jones announced that eFoods Direct was putting together a high-volume, pre-production order of the new Quick Fix meals. By waiting for production and shipping of their orders, families were able to receive one free item for every 3 that they bought. Since the final shutdown of this buy 3, get 1 free program, we've had a lot of folks calling, disappointed that they missed the order deadline. Listen carefully. Starting immediately, eFoodsDirect.com will take pre-production orders for a buy 3, get 1 free program for 1 week ending May 14th at midnight. You will receive 1 free item for every 3 that you order of the selected products. These orders will begin shipping the first week of June. To order on the web, eFoodsDirect.com/Alex or call 800-409-5633. That's eFoodsDirect.com/Alex, 800-409-5633. Again, that's eFoodsDirect.com/Alex, 800-409-5633.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Here's the headline up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com by Paul Joseph Watson. Kagan, she used to be the new Supreme Court justice. Kagan, disappear free speech if the government deems it offensive. Here's another CNN piece. We also have an MSNBC piece. Law would empower Hillary Clinton to revoke citizenship of whomever she deems to be a terrorist. What does the bills in the Senate state? No judge, no jury. You just get arrested. You get drug off into the hinterland. In fact, guys, reprint me that Belligerent Act, Infowars.com, from Paul Watson 2 months ago. I want to actually go over the bill, not the bill itself. You printed that last week. I want to just show people, because that article has the subsections. I want to cover this with Tarpley coming up after we get into what's happening with the global meltdown, with the economy, with the euro, with the trillion that just got grabbed. Now, that said, Kagan, disappear free speech if the government deems it offensive. And it's now admitted that she literally has no judicial experience. But she is a Goldman Sachs minion. She is an acolyte of Cass Sunstein, who says ban free speech in America. Arrest people that say man-made global warming isn't real. I mean, you got to go read their quotes. They write public papers on this. This is tyranny. And the school teacher who's at UCLA calling for revolution in the United States for communism, he says hate speech is not free speech. That's the big banner behind him. So we don't get our free speech. We don't even get our mild free speech. You've seen the mainstream media trying to frame yours truly. When Nightline was here 2 weeks ago, supposedly going to air tomorrow night. We'll see if that happens. In fact, did you call Nightline? They said it was going to air this Wednesday. We want to make double sure. Thank you. Yeah, here it is. Dissenters to be detained as enemy belligerents. We're going to go over this and dovetail it with Kagan. Disappear free speech if the government deems it offensive. So you think about this. Americans that want free market, want private property, want Second Amendment, something that no one else worldwide has. They've taken most of the farmers' land, just stroke of the pen, in Australia, supposedly for the carbon tax. I mean, I can play mainstream news pieces saying it's good. You know, the farmers are shutting down. They're not allowed to have sheep anymore or cows. It hurts the earth. I mean, you just don't get the land. I mean, just so draconian. No, the revolutionaries are for slavery. They're for collectivism. And that's because our government and our CIA and our media, these parasite organizations, the only avenue of revolution that they're taught about is one into big government tyranny. And that's why the big government funds all of this. Hate speech is not free speech. The banner behind him reads. You can read the full banner when that lady walks over to him to tell him his time's up. Just incredible. Absolutely off the charts amazing. And they want the American people at each other's throats. But I tell you, it was buoying. It made me feel a lot better Sunday when I only took calls from Hispanic Americans. And I said, you can call in if you disagree with me. If you agree, you can call in if you're from Mexico and disagree with me. Every caller called in and said, I want to be an American. I want the Second Amendment. I want private property. I know what's going on. But they did say, my daughter, my son, my neighbor, they're now part of Raza. They're now communist. They now want the overthrow of America. They call me a porcho, which means rotten fruit. It's like Uncle Tom. Why? Because you want to own your own property? You want to have a chance to not be taxed into oblivion? Look what NAFTA and GATT has done. And it's hurt Mexico. They forced the people off their land, forced them up to maquiladoras. Now those have almost completely shut down. It's all moved to China. I don't blame people for wanting to come here. And if we didn't have a big welfare system where they got them here, made them dependent, got them on the government dole, trained them to be anti-Second Amendment, it wouldn't be that bad. But you notice what the communist says. He says, it isn't that these frail white people don't like us because we're brown. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's because they don't like communism. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, where are Hispanic leaders who call for patriotism and fighting the New World Order? They're out there. They need radio shows. They need to be elevated. They need to lead people. Like the great folks at We Are Change San Antonio. Most of them are Hispanic. These are patriots. Like Medina and others. We need to lift them up. We need to promote